Hi, everyone. Welcome to Curated by Becta's Meal Kit number 94 for March 30th to April 2nd. Thanks so much for ordering this week, and thank you for letting us be a part of your special celebration at home. We've got a really lovely and varied menu for you tonight, something very different. We've got two hot courses. We've got a beautiful smoked trout appetizer with roasty, and then we've got this lovely lamb meatball dish, very Italian, that we're going to get into. I didn't want to have the video go super long, so I've gone ahead and put the lamb meatballs in the oven. So it's 18 minutes at 425 degrees. Or if you're like me and you have a convection oven, 400 degrees. Always take it down 25 degrees. Next, I am going to put our smoked trout in the container that it's in. We've got very few dishes for you tonight, so this is exciting. And 8 minutes in there, same temperature. Hey Google, set another timer for 8 minutes. Perfect. So, a couple things we want to do. Let's get our pan for the potato roasty warming up. I'm using a cast iron pan, which I just love. So medium-high heat, 1 tablespoon per person of either canola oil or grapeseed oil. I'm going to throw it on there. I've got my polenta here, sort of on medium-low, and we're going to give that a stir every once in a while. Lots of roasted garlic cloves in there, so I hope you like garlic. It's not overly garlicky, but when they're roasted, they're just aromatic and beautiful. I've got the mushroom sugo that's going on. So you can do a couple different things. One, you can bring it right to a boil and then turn it off, but I'm going to put it on low so that I don't forget about it, and we're going to give it a stir, and we're just going to basically warm that up. And then as soon as the pan is hot, then we are going to get those roasty in there, and you can use the box that the frisée and the dill and the roasty came in order to mix the salad with the preserved lemon vinaigrette. And I'm going to do the same thing with our arugula later on, because that is going to be mixed with the teardrop peppers and some salt and pepper. So pan is warming up. Let's talk about this delicious Pinot Grigio that we've got paired with the first course. This is Monsole, and this is one of our favorite producers from a great importation company called The Vine that we work with a lot. Lauren Hayes Vandedway, she's awesome, and it's just a delightful wine. I'm looking outside and it's still light out while I'm recording these videos. It makes me very happy, and it's because it's springtime getting close. So we've got 2 roasties, and maybe my pan didn't get quite hot enough, so I'm going to turn it up a bit and probably saute it for a little bit more than 2 minutes for the first side. And then we've got the frisée and the dill, preserved lemon vinaigrette. Toss that in, and let me make sure. I think we've got a salt and pepper exactly. Now the frisée is a little bitter, so make sure that you do a decent amount of salt. And the acid and the salt balance things off. And again, use your box so that you can compost it afterwards, and you don't have to dirty a mixing bowl. How great is this? Mixing bowls come included. So give that a nice stir and leave that on the side ready to go. That's looking good. Mushroom smell is starting to come through. That's very nice. Ah, yes, and I forgot I need some butter in here. Super easy meal tonight, but of course I didn't do all of my mise en place. So 1 tablespoon of butter per person. So in my case, we're going to do 2, and that's going into the roasty pan after we give it a spin. Okay, let me just check. No, needs just a touch longer. In there. So we're making some changes to Curated by Becta because we want this thing to go on for a very long time. As dining rooms are fully open again, or people are dining out a lot more, we're realizing there's not a lot of demand for our Wednesday night service. So apologies for those, Rick, specifically, I'm talking to you, who order all the time on Wednesdays. I'm going to be reaching out to you tomorrow morning to let you know it just doesn't make sense for us. There's not enough orders, so we're going to concentrate on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. And we've got some great new options coming for you as well in terms of packages as well, not just for you, Rick, but for a lot of people. But yeah, I just want to say thanks. Yeah, we're super busy on the weekends, and Wednesdays and Thursdays will still be our wine club days. But Wednesdays we won't be offering our meal kits because there's just not enough of them. But if you want to do a special order, let's say you've got 8 or 10 people for a special dinner party, drop us a line or give us a call at Becta, and then we will be able to hook you up. Like next week, we actually have a group of 27 meal kits, different deliveries, 27 different addresses on a Tuesday. And so, sure, if you got 20 orders, 20 meal kits, we would love to open up for a special day for you. All right, so melting the butter, and we're going to do 2 more minutes on that for the roasty. Give my mushrooms a little stir. Huge mushroom fan. And let's see how we're going to plate this guy up. Roasty on the plate next with the trout on top of the roasty, so as soon as my timer goes off. And then the seasoned frisée beside, and dollop the creme fraiche on top of the trout. And then we're going to top with pickled shallots. I've already drained the liquid from my pickled shallots, but make sure you do that as well, because you don't need all of that vinegar on your plate. Okay, this roasty is looking great. Give it a little spin, because the butter's there. And I maybe put a little bit too much butter and oil. I always sort of eyeball it. And you can do this too. So if you feel like it's a little too greasy for you, just put it on a paper towel. Now it's seasoned already, but there's nothing wrong, especially for potatoes, if you like a little extra salt. You can dollop that on top. Hey Google, how much time is left on the second timer? Okay, well, hopefully we're going to get this all dolloped up properly. Okay, don't need that anymore. This guy's off. We can turn this guy down. I just want to keep the sugo going on very low. Rich said if you've got the timing right, you can just turn it up to a boil and then turn it off, just stirring every once in a while. Make sure to stir your polenta. The garlic smell is amazing. Okay. So now we can get the roasty going on. And I know the trout is going to be going on top of that. And I can do the salad on the side. Make sure to split it up evenly and get all the good preserved lemon vinaigrette things in there. Just a little bit of greenery. That's looking nice. Compost for you. And while we're waiting for my timers to go off, let me talk to you about the red wine. This is one of my favorites. So is a Bacchus is the name of it, from a Ciu Ciu winery. And this is from the Marchese region in Italy. I just love this wine. It's got all the Italian funk, but it's got this luxurious, almost New World mouthfeel to it. But fresh acidity. I'm just a huge, huge fan. So I hope you guys have ordered the wine pairing. Hey, Google, off. There's my trout timer. All right, here we go. Let's use the same spatula we did with the roasty. That smoked trout is looking amazing. That's a little hot, but not crazy. Okay, so next up, the creme fraiche. Creme fraiche on top, and then finish with the pickled shallots. So I hope this doesn't melt by the time I do the pictures. So I'll try to put it up there. This looks incredible. Cool. This is like a mini main course. All the great components. There we go. It's a good looking appetizer. Home smoked trout, the pickled shallots, the creme fraiche, and the salad of frisee and dill. Creme fraiche doesn't melt by the time my pictures go. Okay. The other timer is going to go in a second. I know we're going to do some olive oil. Got a nice olive oil here. We've got the teardrop peppers. Toss those in. And some salt and pepper. Give that a nice mix. Hey Google, off. This timer thing can actually work out pretty well. So meatballs are coming out and they need to rest for 2 minutes. While I'm here, might as well give our polenta a little stir. Make sure you plate this in a bowl rather than a plate because the polenta is a soft, runny polenta. It's meant to be. So it's nice and creamy. And you will thank me for it. Okay, so while that is melting, or that is resting, excuse me, let me do the dessert. So tonight we've got the tres leche cake. And it's topped with our gin macerated strawberries. On top. So try to get them all on the cake if you can. It's almost like a strawberry shortcake. And there's some liquid on there. Drop it right on top. And the chantilly. Clean up the plate. There we are. Our tres leches cake with the gin macerated strawberries and the chantilly. All right. I know that polenta is up first. Middle of the bowl, next to your seasoned arugula with teardrop peppers in a nest. Okay. Has a lot of polenta. Make sure to get it all in there. You see this gorgeous stuff. There's lots of cheese and cream and roasted garlic cloves in here. Clean up the plate because I made a little mess. And as per Chef Rich, I'm going to do a bit of a nest here. Try, if you can, to get some of your teardrop peppers around on the side because those are the lovely color. You want to be able to see some outside of your lamb meatballs. Getting a little more delicate tonight. I think these tongs are actually not the best and I should probably pitch them. They've served me well over the years. Okay, lamb meatballs next. And then the mushroom sugo. And final. So we've got 3 big juicy lamb meatballs per. And then finally, our mushroom sugo. Right on top and in the middle. I want in the picture for you to make sure that you see the lamb, so I don't want to cover it too much up with the mushrooms, but you guys plate it as you see fit. I'm really hungry today. That is great. I'm just going to add a little bit of seasoning on top. Beautiful lamb meatballs with the roasted garlic polenta, arugula teardrop peppers, and mushroom sugo. Hope you love your meal, and thanks so much for all the orders and support. And I hope your dinner tonight is fantastic. And I really hope that we get to cook and curate for you again really soon.